Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Lunch and Learn session. This session is practical and it's about working as a business analyst. Typically, our Lunch and Learn session is usually based on, different experience from your Salesforce journey or your work experience. But for our What Is series, we want to have a real feel of what it means to actually work as a business analyst. I'm hoping that this session will help you, guide you through the process of selecting a career. Sometimes people want to do stuff and they don't have an idea of what they're getting into. They've heard about business analysis, they've heard about platform developer, they've heard about consultants, but they don't actually know what it entails. So this practical session, it's about what you would do as a business analyst. And we have Uzo. Uzo, she's a business analyst with IRCC, I believe, because they have a lot of departments. So she works with the government of Canada, and she'll be walking us through what typically she would do if she were to be assigned this project as a BA. So I have the project on, and now we can share that project. Maybe we're not going to share this project, but you can have a look at of this project, right? It's a case management hub that has just been assigned. So in this session, we're going to assume that Uzo just resumed work maybe last week or this week, and now she's been given this project. The PM has given her this project, and she's going to walk us through what she would do if she's given this project as a BA. So I'm the stakeholder. I'm the person she's going to be asking questions about this project and getting clarity on this project. So she'll be walking us through maybe a process, thought process, how she's going to manage the stakeholders, how she's going to, get the estimates done, how she's going to break down the task, how she's going to assign those tasks to people, how she's going to set up this JIRA, maybe do some process mapping, gap analysis, or whatever it is to make sure that she makes the stakeholder happy. Note, she's not going to do everything like end to end, 100%. No, she's just going to give you a brief. Okay, this is what I'm going to do next. This is what I'm expected to do in the first week. This is what I'm expected to do by the end of this project and to wrap it up as well. So Uzo, please don't expect magic from Uzo. That's number one. Number two, Uzo, please feel free to just give them brief of everything, but don't go in depth into detailing how things are done. Okay. So I'm going to hand over to you and I'm going to be here anytime you need me. First of all, you can ask me questions just to do the discovery and take a step back and do your thing. Then come back again and ask me another question based on the progress timeline. I don't want to teach you your stuff. You know what your stuffs are. So
Yeah.
feel free, lead the floor and let me help you with anything you want.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Babatokwe. So, hi everyone. My name is Uzo. Yes, I work with Government of Canada as an IT business analyst. For I think this is the second year in with Government of Canada, and we're actually deploying a Salesforce project for them. So this project, I'm just going to share my screen. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, working with multiple screens can be,
done.
yeah, okay. Okay, so this is please let me know if my screen is tiny or if I should expand it so that
You
we
can
can
expand
all
it.
just,
You can
okay,
zoom in.
okay, perfect. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a product requirements document. So and I'm going to give you this from my experience, right? So sometimes there is a project office that has thought through a project that needs to be done, and they would have put together a document like this for you, right? To just pick up and then start the work. Sometimes you would have to be the one that would gather all the requirements as seen in this document. But I mean, our stakeholder Babatope has been kind enough to put together this document for us. So we're just going to be looking at this document and thinking through things like who are our stakeholders here? What are the requirements that are here? What are the different taxes that they want to see? What are the features that needs to go into this app, right? That we are building. So we're just going to look at it. I'm just going to quickly bring up the project overview. And then also this would help us understand the problem statement because again, we need to understand what we are working on, all right? Um, I would have wanted to say what is the current state to understand what it is before I even delve into what this is. But I want us to look at what the project overview is and what the project goals are. And that will then lead us, to asking the right questions, right? Like, okay, how do we do this right now? What is obtainable right now? So that's what we're going to do for a start. Um, I wanted this to be hands-on. Like I wanted to see if I could get maybe 4 or 5 people who want to actually be business analysts, who are considering being business analysts to get this work done with me. And I think we'll get there where, we can get people to put in, write out these things and see how it's written. It's one thing that is important. I think I need to just quickly talk about this before we even delve into what this project is about is who is a business analyst? Why should you be a business analyst? What are the skills that you require to be a business analyst? In today's world, um, but let me first start with the fact that business analysis as a role or as a job is pretty much you finding out what your customers' needs are, what their pain points are, and then preferring solutions and to that would add value to the stakeholders. And at the end of the day, everyone is happy. You work on stuff that will make everyone happy and not people grumbling like, why do we even make this change? Why did we spend so much money on this project, right? So I want us to first of all talk about the skills. And then if there are people on this call who are excited about what that is and they want to be part of, working through this project with me, then we can have you maybe share your emails and I can put you in the document and we can actually live work on the document and put in this thing just so that you kind of feel how it is on a day-to-day basis. Because I have realized that most business analysts have become note takers and not question askers. Like you don't ask questions, you just take notes and just do what they've told you to do. But we need to learn how to ask questions, right? We have some requirements here and we have our stakeholder here. Sometimes you have, of course, most times you have way more than one stakeholder, right? You have a couple of people, subject matter experts that we will have to ask these questions. But good thing is we have someone here that we can ask questions based on the needs, just so we are certain that we're building right. And that is because we don't want to write down a requirement that goes into actual build. And when it's time for us to demo it to our stakeholders, they start asking us, when did we ask you to do this? Right? So we want to document this based on the need. And we also want to ask questions around what is a priority? Is this something you really want now? Let's say we have a very short timeline, right? What would you want to see first? Would you want this going first, or would you want certain things to go in first? And that would help us in prioritizing the work that we have, right? Assuming we have maybe 2 or 3 sprints to finish this. And I'm sorry, I'm an agile business analyst, so I really don't know so much about hardcore waterfall because hardcore waterfall is a lot of documentation, and I really like the fact that I'm in between. I'm actually hybrid. Like there's a documentation, and then there's actual sprinting, and then story points estimation, and we're going to do all that. I really hope we'll have the time, but we're going to try as much as possible to do all that, right? So give me 1 minute. I just want to quickly just show you guys a few things that a business analyst should have, and then we can start into deep diving into the problem that we have here. Thought I just had that real quick. Just gonna bring it up here to see if you can see it. So BS should have, and this is the only thing that looks like a slide that I have because this is not what we're here for, right? Okay, BS should be analytical. They should be problem solvers and not just people who sit and just listen to what everyone gives them. They would feed you stuff, but you should ask, why am I being fed this? So that whatever you churn out is the right thing for those people that are feeding you, right? Communication skills, your interpersonal skills are very, very crucial. You need to be talking to a lot of your stakeholders. You need to know how to ask questions. You need to know how to phrase your questions. You need to understand the stakeholder and their countenance. Like somebody can just not be in their happy state and they would be firing you back with not kind of responses you want to get. You need to understand that you might have to reschedule that call with the person to say, when is another time that I can speak to you? Just to understand, you need to be empathetic towards whatever anybody is feeling, right? Um, you need to be adaptable because you're not doing one project, you're doing multiple projects. So today's project might be something that you're used to, the next project might be something that you've never done in your life. So you need to know how to adapt and change real quickly. Industry and business knowledge, this is helpful, but if you're getting into the job for the first time, really you learn, right? But it's very good to just adapt really quickly and learn things as fast as possible. Attention to detail. This is really crucial because you need to make sure that you're capturing the right things and you're not omitting very critical things. And we're going to look at that here to ensure that we are capturing the right things. Technical proficiency, honestly, I always feel like tools are relative, right? I mean, I have used Jira for the longest time, but currently using Azure DevOps, to work, and I really don't see the difference. But if you understand what needs to be done, you can use whatever tool that there is out there. Okay. Um, the software development processes